friends. So we have been learning about how to write how-to stories. How-to stories are stories that teach us or share steps with the reader of how to do something. And they typically have what's called transition words, which are words like first, then, next, and last. And there are other transition words too. Those are the ones we use most often. So friends, I thought today it would be fun if we did a how-to story about how to make a food that I bet you enjoy eating. Do you enjoy eating pizza? I bet most of you do. There might be a few who don't like pizza, but for the most part, boys and girls tend to love to eat pizza. I know it's one of my favorite foods to eat too. So friends, we are going to get ready and do a how to make pizza Foursquare today. So here's what you need to gather. You need to gather your writing journal. You need a pencil. You're going to need something to draw a picture with or color with, and you're also going to need a space stick. So go pause this video and go gather those supplies and come right back. All right, friends, make sure you have your journal, something to color with, a pencil, and a space stick. Go ahead and open your journal to the next empty page where you have a place to draw your Foursquare and a place to write some sentences, okay? I am going to use today for my Foursquare, I'm going to use my big easel for my Foursquare today. And you're just going to use your white paper. So friends, you have your journal open to the next empty page. We're going to be drawing our Foursquare on the white side, not the side with lines, the white side. And by now, you are becoming an expert at drawing a Foursquare, right? We have done this many, many times. So friends, in the middle of our paper, we're going to draw a rectangle big enough to write a word or two in it. Okay, so there's my rectangle. Go ahead and draw your rectangle too. And then we're going to draw a line up. Whoops, my marker works. We're going to go up. We're going to go down. We're going to go right. And we're going to go left. Whoopsies, my marker's not cooperating. So I have my Foursquare. So in my Foursquare, we are going to write our transition words, which we have done this before. We're going to use this box as our first step. This box is going to be our second step. This box is going to be our third step. And this box is going to be our fourth step. But when writers write a how-to story, they don't say step 1, step 2, step 3. They use transition words like first, you do this, then you do that, next, and then finally or last. There are more than one transition words we could use, but you say those kinds of words. So friends, we're going to start by writing our transition words, okay? So you're writing with a pencil. I'm obviously using a marker because I'm on a dry erase board. You're going to use your pencil, okay? So first, let's stretch and write the sounds we hear in first. Ready? I hear an F. Now I'm going to write a capital letter F because this is going to be the first word in our sentence eventually. Sounds like an R, right? I'm going to help you out. It's actually an I and then an R. First, I hear an S. First, T. Good job. All right, friends. Now, we're going to just kind of keep that there. We're going to keep moving on to our next transition word, okay? And then we're going to come back and we're going to draw our steps. All right, first, next, okay? Next is our next word. I hear an N, and again, we're going to do a capital letter N because this eventually will become our first word in our sentence. Like Eddie. That's an E. Good job. X. Good job. T. All right, first, next. What's the next transition word? First, next. Then, good job, guys. The. TH, that's the digraph we've learned not that long ago. TH, so we're going to write a capital T because again, this is going to become the beginning word of our sentence. And then an H, TH. Like Ed. E, good. Nut. N, good job. And then, friends, is one of our rainbow words. So this should be a very familiar word for you. First, next, then, last. Let's write last. La. I'm gonna start singing, right? L, and again, it's capital because it eventually will become our first word in our sentence. Ah. F. T. Good job. So we have first, next, then, and last. Now, before we move on, we have to write what we're going to write about. What's our topic? What are we going to share or teach the steps to do? Making what? Pizza. Good job, friends. Making pizza. So let's write pizza in our box here. Good. Now this is tricky. I'm going to help you. The next sound is E, right? Pizza. But guess what? You might have seen the word pizza before, and it doesn't have an E in it, does it? No, it actually has an I. That's one of those rules that just doesn't make sense in our spelling. So it's P-I, Z. That's a Z. Good. Now I'm going to give you a hint. There's two of them. P-I-Z-Z, and then pizza. That sounds like a U, right? Again, it's one of these tricky sounds. It's actually an A. All right, now, friends, here's what we're going to do. You're going to draw or write or do a combination of both the steps to making a pizza. Maybe you've made a pizza at home with your family before. Maybe you haven't, but if you haven't, we're going to work through the steps together, okay? So we're talking about making an actual pizza, not calling Domino's or Papa John's, and also not taking one out of a box and sticking it in the oven. We're talking about dough and sauce and cheese and all of the things, okay? So the first thing you need to do if you're making a pizza, what do you think the first thing you need to do is? I would think you'd have to make the crust, right? You'd have to roll the dough out with maybe a dough roller or something to make it nice and flat. So you can either write roll the dough, or you could draw a picture of the dough and someone rolling it out. So I'm going to just kind of have down here and then have the dough is like usually a big circle at first, right? And then you have to roll it out. So I don't have a lot of colors today, so my colors are not going to match my what I'm doing. Like normally people don't have red skin, right? But I'm just going to use the best that I can. You guys should have all of your colors and be able to draw. So you can pause the video. And there's a picture of me rolling the dough. And I might label this too and write roll the dough. Okay? So friends, what you want to do is pause this video, draw a picture of our first step, and just write a few words of what the step is. Roll the dough. Okay? So go ahead and pause. Do that and come right back. All right, guys, hopefully you have your first step drawn and labeled. All right, so after we roll the dough, what would we do to a pizza after it's all round and it's ready? Well, it's not quite ready, but it's round. The dough is round. We're going to add all of the things, right? We're going to put the sauce on it and the cheese and the toppings, right? So we're going to put the sauce, let's just say we're going to put the sauce and the cheese on, okay? And the toppings. When you eat pizza, friends, do you eat just plain cheese pizza? Or do you like things on top of your pizza like pepperoni or sausage? There's even stuff like pineapple, all sorts of toppings you can have on your pizza. At our house, my kids like just a plain cheese pizza. But Mr. Lenhart and I, we like to have sausage on our pizza. That's one of our favorite pizza toppings. All right, so friends, the next step is to add the sauce. So we're going to draw what that looks like. Okay, so our pizza typically, what shape is a pizza typically? Round, right? Most pizzas are round. Now, sometimes pizzas come in a rectangle, and every once in a while, like Valentine's Day, you might see one in the shape of a heart, but typically they're round, right? So we're gonna draw our round pizza. And what usually goes at the bottom of the pizza? Usually the sauce, right? And the sauce is usually red. Now again, not every pizza has a red sauce, but for the most part, they do, right? So here we go. We're gonna add the sauce. So go ahead and draw your picture of your pizza. I just drew a circle and I colored most of it in red. And now we're gonna write, add the sauce. Okay. So friends, go ahead and pause this video. Draw your pizza with the sauce. Write some words explaining what the step is, and then unpause the video. All right, guys, you have your second step, add the sauce. Okay, so now after we add the sauce, what comes after the sauce? We have our dough, we have our sauce, then what are we gonna put on it? Our toppings, right? Our cheese, maybe some pepperoni, maybe some sausage, maybe some vegetables, and some people even like to put pineapple on their pizza. So friends, we're gonna add toppings, okay? So let's start by, hope it's the wrong color. Let's start by drawing a picture of our pizza. So I'm gonna draw, here's my counter. Here's my pizza. It's just a circle. And again, if I'm moving too fast at any time, you can pause this, okay? And then we're going to add the sauce. And remember, sauce doesn't usually cover the entire pizza. It covers almost all the pizza, but there's usually some spots that are not covered. And then we're gonna put some cheese on our pizza. So cheese is like sprinkled cheese, like shredded mozzarella. So I'm gonna just kind of dot that all over my pizza. Dot, 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 dot. And then maybe you add some green peppers. Maybe you put some sausage on it, which might be brown. I don't have brown, I'm gonna just use black. Maybe you put some sausage on it. Pepperonis would be red, sausage would be brown. So now that your pizza has all the toppings on it that you could ever imagine, now we're gonna write, add toppings. So we're gonna write, add the toppings. And then ing is the king of ing. Toppings. Okay, go ahead and pause this video. Draw your pizza with your toppings, and then write, you're gonna add the toppings. All right, friends, welcome back. So we rolled out the dough. We put on our sauce. We added the toppings. And now, do we eat it? No. Where does it have to go first? It has to go in the oven, right? You have to bake it. So we're gonna write bake, bake it. Okay, and then you can draw an oven. Oops. My oven has a window in it. Yours probably does too. So you get a grown-up to put it in the oven and bake it, and then after it's baked, let it cool for a minute, because when it comes out, it's really hot, right? Let it cool for a minute, and then you get to enjoy it and eat it. That's the best part, right? All right, so we have our 4 steps to making a pizza. We're gonna roll the dough, add the sauce, Then we're gonna add the toppings, and last, we're gonna bake it. All right, friends, I hope you had fun writing about how to make a pizza with me. Maybe one day soon, you and your family can make a pizza together. That would be a fun family activity to do. All right, guys, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.